Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Drop a unicorn down in the chat if you can hear your girl Tay. Hey Miss Loretta. Hey Jackie. Y'all was here waiting for me, huh? Y'all was here waiting for me. Yes, y'all was. I like that. I like that. Yes, drop them unicorns in the chat if y'all ready for Tay. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see some unicorns. We about to get into it. Let some people fall into the building. Hey, Tania. Hey, everybody that is here. Yes, Kendrick steady trying to get people to subscribe for Nana to keep her with it. Yes, let's talk about it. Because all of this is a ploy and a plot, and she really didn't have to use us to do it. We are the shit. I understand it, but you ain't have to go about it like this, sis. Like at the end of the day, if the boy was cry wolf, the boy that cried wolf was a person, but we gonna get into it. Let's let a couple of people. Let me see a couple of more unicorns. Hey, TT. We gonna get into it all because the YouTube streets is sizzling, baby. They are sizzling, smoking, frying, blowing the hell up, y'all. They are blowing up. And I don't know why this girl is out here crashing out, but yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey, Letitia. Hey, Miss Ashley. Hey, Santoya. Hey, One Reese. Listen, we do. We all do. Okay. It's a deflection from the actual truth. Now, I don't know what type of person you got to be. Hey, it's all about God. What type of person do you have to be, right? To come out on Beyonce's World Wide Web, right? And tell a lie and say that you out here defending your kids, right? When that's nowhere within the case, because we know which kid it is that you're defending, and it's the one that didn't fall out your poom poom. It's the moose, right? The moose that's on the loose, right? That's what got this goose going fucking cuckoo, right? Now, in the process of the goose going cuckoo because her moose is on the loose, everything that we know about your moose came through you. And everything else came through Pretty Bree, but we ain't see you try to silence her, baby. Where was her TPO? Where was her TPO? Because we didn't see Pretty Bree get a TPO, and she told us she be fucking on the same couch that you sit on. So if anybody needed to be silenced, I think it should have been that velvet couch. I mean, I'm confused because she out here talking about people said she was. I mean, I don't mean to repeat it, but I'm gonna repeat it because it didn't come from me. So it's like a new thing. Who was out here saying she was fucking Walter? Somebody said she was like me personally, right? Even within the same conversation when it comes down to your kids, right? You're supposed to be talking about a certain people, right? Certain persons, right? Even though we know you coming out here only to use us to throw shots at Robert, right? The gig is up. Throw shots at Robert, build your YouTube, defend your moose. Yeah, that's what you came out here to do, right? But in the process of you doing that, you came with a sense of like you was on attack. Woo, we scared, right? And you said that people was doing things that they never did. But see, the difference between Little Bree and everybody else, baby, is that even down for the last I'm gonna say 24 hours, fuck days, weeks, or months. We're going to say 24 hours. Let me see those unicorns in the chat, baby. Within the last 24 hours, everything that somebody came out here and said that had to do with you not only came from you, but they had the receipt to prove it to you. Where was your receipts? Everything was missing. The receipts was missing. The edges was missing. The truth was missing. Shit just be missing, coming up missing. And I don't like the fact, right? See, I wasn't born in this day and time. Excuse me. You know, she stay making shots at the old people, but the young people should hope to get and become the old people one day, right? Because they not making it to our age, unfortunately, right? But I'm like, when did this stuff happen? Because this lady has doxed me multiple times, right? I just don't move the way that other people move. I don't give a fuck about you. That's the thing. It's all content to me, right? 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 Y'all feel me? Hey, Nene. Hey, Marilina. Hey, everybody coming in. We gonna get to it. So I'm gonna come back to the comments in a few because you know your girl Tay got ADHD and I don't want to lose my train of thought, baby. Right. So now I'm trying to figure out the factors of how did we get where we at if um you said we could talk about you, right? We could talk about you and the people that you chose to attack, right? Because you came out here on attack mode. You use your platform to attack people, but everybody don't fold the same way. You can't just think that you're gonna come up here, put things out on Beyonce's internet, and then say you know you're going to silence it. No, you said that that man choked you, and you also told us to repeat it. So that's what it is that we did, right? So now the thing for me that's crazy is you saying that Harmony talked about your kid. I talked about your kid. Upper talked about your kid because you saying people talked about your kid, and that's why you up here going crazy. That's the narrative. Now, unless these same set of kids was born 3 to 4 times before, then I'm confused on the situation because if they wasn't born last summer, right? If they wasn't born within her comments, maybe like a couple of months ago, if these kids was not born within the factors of the winter in December, then I'm confused of when you got a video of when Harmony or anybody else just set out and was being disrespectful to your kids. And if that's the case, why wasn't you showing a video of it? You know, when you on live, you are in control of what your audience see, even though they listening to you speak. It's called content and entertainment, right, baby? So now, if you going to call yourself coming to the internet and you talking big shit, you supposed to bring some proof with it. Like, you know, like the ladies, when they was discussing you, some decided to share their screen and pull up the receipt that was basically receipting. And these was all your words, right, Nene? She would have proof. Where's the proof? You didn't show not, I mean, don't get me wrong. Harmony does her numbers, so I'm pretty sure you be one of those views, right? And within the factors of you being one of her views, at any point in time when you heard her say something that didn't, you know, make you too comfortable, you could have basically started to screen record, right? Why didn't you record the part that was basically um what you felt that made you uncomfortable to say that she was talking about your children? Because see, I would have came to the internet with the screen recordings like, yeah, because what bitch, this bitch said such and such and such and XYZ. But everything that this woman came up here and said was that she said it came from somebody. Somebody said this. So did somebody say it or did we say it? Because I'm confused. And did it come from the trolls or did it come from you? Because if you don't have the actual proof of what you're saying that comes from the people, and what you're putting these allegations on, that would be meaning that you are the stalker, huh? I mean, I got supporters. Yeah, I got you got people that like to cause destruction just like you do, right? That's why they be like with the bullshit that comes with you, right? You didn't have people out here proving the factors of what type of good person you are and the good things that you do. Because when it comes down to the factors of what we do, it comes from the view of you. But when it came down to the factors of other people, it was in the factors of destroying and causing all type of bullshit, right? So I'm just trying to figure out, like, where's the merch? Where's the merchandise? Where's the merchandise? Where's the merchandise? Where's the proof? Because see, we got the proof of you dropping our names and our locations, and I don't remember Lupac ever giving a live, right? I never remember Lupac giving a live where she discussed your kids. And I've even been in her chat when, if even her supporters drop a comment in her chat that has to do with kids, she lets it be known she don't discuss the kids. So I'm confused. I'm gonna let that sit right there for a minute. You understand? Y'all drop some unicorns in the chat because we making this shit colorful. Make sure you support your girl, okay? Being that she out here saying that we broke and she want to be out here screaming a super chat party, then that's what it is. That's what we doing. Because that's what it was all for. Hit that like button if you ain't hit it when you came through the door. That's what I'd like to see, them unicorns. Hey, Miss Judy. Hey, Sierra boy, my favorite unicorn. You my favorite supporter too, girl. I appreciate each and every one of you because I don't like to see people get lied on. And that's how this whole situation started. All jokes aside, to see a woman play on the tops of women that actually been through DV, that disturbs me. Okay. Because it's people that been, it's people that been through real things in real situations. So to see a person, hey Santoya, to see somebody come out here and play with situations that is so real for so many people, it disturbs me, like I said, because a lot of the women got out here in the first place due to the factors of her coming out here in the first place. We was on the factors of defending a woman that we thought was being mistreated in a situation. We watched this couple for some that did before this became the narrative, and it was just a shocker to us that the situation turned out to be what it was, but to find out it wasn't what we thought it is. We came out here and rallied because a female said that she was being violated. And in the factors of her being violated, there was multiple women that had also dealt with certain situations in their lives, mothers, daughters, aunties, and it didn't come with an age range because a lot of the women that came out here, it didn't matter the age. It looked at the factors of, look, I've been where this person is at, and I would hate to ever see somebody going through that. So I'm going to defend the factors of another woman. But her own actions is what changed the narratives because her characteristics didn't match the narrative that she was coming with. And it started to seem like the same person that's on this internet today calling people a bully was bullying. And that's what changed the decision of a lot of people that was standing for this person. My first actual video, I will say this time and time again, I was defending that woman as a woman until I actually, as a human, had to sit and look at what was being presented. And I said to myself, listen, aside from being a woman that had been through something, because you don't ever want to attach emotional to situations that you're giving your opinion in, even though you're trying to be understanding. So even though I've been a woman that's been through something, I don't want to attach myself to the situation as if I'm the person that's going through the situation, even though I understand the situation. But when I looked at the situation, I've never seen a woman or anybody, a man, because women and men are in DV situations, and it goes with all age ranges. Okay. So, with that being said, as a human, I had to look at the situation and say, hey, wait a minute. This don't seem right to me. Because if you're in fear of somebody, it's just certain things that you're not going to do to get a rise out of that person. If you are able to remove or get away from a situation, because being in those situations is the hardest situations to get away from. People do not go through DV if they didn't have love for a person. That would just be pure stupidity. And I don't think nobody that has been in a domestic violence situation is stupid. So to sit there and put out the narrative that people are stupid or play on the factors of as if people don't know no better, that's what collectively started to change people's opinion of the person that we was viewing. How you saying that this man is the whoever in the situation, but we're only hearing you with the accusations and the poking in the creating of the narratives? You used your platform to not only bully him, but to allow and add other people on to the factors of the bullying. Okay. And then in your new situation, okay, when your new moose didn't do what it is that you wanted him to do, or you felt a certain way when it came to you, you came on this internet and tried to use the same people that you are saying is bullying to share the information that you were given, just like the first time around. But see, the difference in that situation, in this situation, LaTruth didn't take your ass back. He didn't take your ass back. I appreciate that super chat. He didn't take your ass back. In this situation, Janelle, the moose, he took your ass back. So in the factors of you being with him, you now have to clean up what mess you made, so to speak. Just like in the first situation, sweetheart, you thought that you was going to be coming out on the internet talking mad shit to put this man in the hole, but behind the scenes, you thought that you was still going to be his wife and things was going to become back whole. That's not the way things work. But Janelle kind of knows how you work. That's why that situation that we got to see y'all play out on that camera, right, y'all? And he was saying, come over here, let me talk to you for a minute. Because all you want to do is put this on live and such and such and such. You have created your own karma. The bed that you made, you now have to lie in it. Because from you coming out here and lying in your situations, the things that you choose to clean up, you can't, because you said them yourself. So if you would be proving somebody to be a liar, the liar would be you. Let's get to the third party, okay? Which would now be us, the content creators. We just don't give a fuck about the factors of how you feel, because we don't work for you. None of the content creators work for Bree. So Bree does not have no control of what the content creators content create on, baby. Oh, if you a content creator, I don't see nobody talk about the same person every day. When I turn on my news, I can see them talking about Trump every fucking day. And this is before he was president, or any other person that's doing something actively to stay within the news, baby. And my thing is, if you're bringing people the content, you can't blame nobody for you for them having something to present. Let me know, y'all. Let me know. Let me get in these comments. Let me know if y'all with me or if y'all with me, because this is crazy. Hey, Miss Tamara. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Miss Lisa. Nene said, I was in a DV relationship at the age of 16 and still have the scars, and I'm 40 now. Thank God I left. Amen. Amen. And amen again, Nene. And that be the thing that I be talking about. You came up here and you basically played on the feelings of multiple women as if you was a victim. And now you're using that same victim system when it comes to your children. Because now the fact is of the DV, you done came out here with that with every relationship you done been in, Bree. You have nothing else to go off of, just to be honest. But every situation that you have been in is just consistent to the first one, friend. You lying on a person to get some type of revenge. You lied on your husband. you say that the sleepy daddy, the pistols and the pit bulls and this, that, but now he's a cheerleader for you in a third party, which people is not smart. Let's talk about that third party situation, right? Sorry to change the conversation, but when you brag to the internet that you have a TPO, it seems that you are just using that as a weapon against a person in your own situation. But you slipping because you're not supposed to come out here and talk about the person. The TPO goes both ways. Not only is this person not supposed to talk about you, you're not supposed to talk about them. So once you come out here and talk about not only the TPO, but the person that is attached to the TPO, then the TPO is now non and void, right? But the fact is of everything works in your favor all the time, right? And I love the factors of this because I love Queen Step, friend, right? So with that being said, all of these lives that you doing to feel that you doing things to prove a point, I guess defense for your moves or whatever, is actual good things for the judge to get to see. Because I'm pretty sure the day that you went to go get the TPO and the way that you acting on live for show ain't the same way. It ain't the same way because these people on the internet have proof of you doing things far as bullying, okay? And it's before anything that came in reference to a turtle. You was putting out people's address, you was putting out people's government names. Now, my thing is if you really wanted people to know who the fuck you was talking about, because you had people playing the guessing game. That's how we know that you was being funny. Because it would have been such and such channel Latte World, such and such channel Upper Echelon, such and such channel Harmony fucking Speaks. You understand? But you also directed people, the same person that says she does not care, right? How a person that don't care got so much information, personal information on the people that do content on her, and the people that do content on her don't even seek her personal information. They wait for her to give it. So who does it seem cares more? I'm not asking nobody to look no bitch up for me. Nobody. If I don't care, you gonna know I don't care. And my I don't care is a real I don't care. You know how much shit that done been said about me on the internet? Name one time Tay folded and went back and forth with any bitch. If she said it, she said it. That's her feeling. That's something she got to deal with. That's not my problem. That's her personal problem. And at the end of the day, I'm still going to continue to be Tay. And if she thought she was irritated before, she about to be irritated even more because I'm always going to do what I come to do. And it's always I'm going to be heard, and you know that your voice has been heard. And me personally, when you come out here as a content creator, right? The purpose of you being a content creator is for your voice to be heard. I don't think any one of the people that she spoke about just comes up here and posts her content and none of their voice is attached to it. So I think that the people is basically coming for the opinion of the content that a person is basically putting out there. So it's more so of a personalizing it, right? And in the factors of personalizing the factors of the content, it's still not a person changing any of another person's words. So if people are mad, they should be mad at the person that they are supporting. How you got more smoke for the content creators than you got for the person that's putting the shit out themselves? Make that make sense. Because anything that would have to do for my personal business, right? Somebody would have had to go and look for it. I didn't come and personally put it up here on the internet. And if I did and it come from me, then I can't get mad at the next person opinion, baby. But if I did get mad, who would that still be on? This was up here throwing a tantrum in a medium in a shemedium hoodie. In a shemedium hoodie. Okay. Yesterday, she was crashing out washing dishes in a house that wasn't even hers. I was so focused on her washing the dishes, the shit she was saying, I had to go back and rewind it to listen because I'm thinking, like, well, shit, she washing dishes in his house and she don't even wash dishes in her own house. Hmm. Miss Lisa says she ignored the young lady that was a DV survivor. She claimed she was going to open a DV shelter. She wasn't going to open shit because she don't have the information about that type of shit because all the information she came with was stolen. She came out here with somebody else's story to get the glory. She was supposed to be a best friend to somebody. And that goes to show you how slimy a person is. I share something with you that came and happened to me. You understand, at a very down time in my life. And you go out there and share it with the world as if that's your testimony. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it also goes to show you why and how she used her platform. Everybody that she was a friend of at some point in time, fuck the relationship. She also used her platform to threaten people with. Oh, yeah, because my bees don't play. Bees can be sprayed. Who the fuck gives about a bee? Once a bee stings somebody, they die. It's finito, done. I can still live after a bee sting me. But once a bee sting me, that's the end of their existence. Pay attention. Click, click. Pay attention. And you ever heard the saying, you got one shot? It's a hit or a fucking miss. So everybody is entitled to they hit or they miss. But when you coming out here and you claiming DV, but yet you trying to be a bully and then summoning other people that ain't got the common sense that they was born with to follow it, it's confusing. Sisters up here giving shout outs to a person, right? Nina, click, click. She out here giving shout outs to a person that is basically saying that her daughter was in an SA situation with her father, right? Because this man pulled up her shorts. We don't think that that was a bit too far, but you up here and you giving this lady her married. Yeah, you know, I don't really want, but I be watching your content. Click, click. Y'all clocking it? Let's pay attention because I just took that little segment right there and screen recorded it. And all I got to do is sit it side by side with the things she said that Moose did, the things she said her baby father did, and the things that Bubble Eye Bluefish did. And then we're going to see who actually should be existing in that TPO situation. And she may also end up with some charges as well. Because if you are a known party in a situation that you know is taking place, I don't give a fuck how much you cover it up. If it is found that this situation is to be true, then you are also in trouble too. I mean, so I'm saying, I'm trying to figure it out. Let me read some of these comments. Prayers. I don't know why StreamYard been acting stupid. It's trying to be funny with my comments. I don't know why the hell this link thing is right here. Like, you want to come out here and you didn't think, like, ain't nobody sitting here trying to rub your head, BRIANA. Nobody is sitting here trying to rub your fucking head and play or take in the victim role or even be afraid. If you, what the fuck is them with, what they gonna do? These people are on the internet. Now, what's going to happen is if we really wanted to play into the factors of what these people would do, could do, or you understand, because you actually never know what a person is capable. We could also be afraid for our lives because I can't leave my house. I can't send my kids to school because this woman put my governmental name on the internet and she has 3 million people that follow her. Okay, and that's just on one platform, Your Honor. And I have proof where she has told these people to come and attack me. So now I have PTSD. All right. And unfortunately, me and Upper has to go sit on the same couch, okay, every Thursday at 4 o'clock. And then Lupac comes in around 4:30, right? And then Harmony Speaks drops in around 5 because we need the therapy to figure out how did we get here and why should we have to be afraid just for doing commentary. If it wasn't legal to do commentary, then they wouldn't never give you the right to do commentary or react to other people's videos. I think that's why they're called reaction videos. So from reacting to a video, I ain't say no gang shit, I ain't throw no threats, I ain't, I just basically, put out exactly what the person said. And I use them to say it themselves. And now I'm being attacked and I gotta worry. That's crazy. I don't know. It's bad because even from therapy, they gotta escort me and my fellow content creators to our vehicles in the parking lot because we scared to even. And now Queen Fee even has to seek therapy because she don't agree with DV. You understand? Because she made it known a long time ago, even though she was over here, and that's why you got to give people respect where respect is due, right? Even though Queen Fee was over here with us, she let it be known. Listen, I very much am in support of Brianna. Like that's what it is, right? And once she no longer fitted the narrative, then now also she has to have PTSD because now people are targeting her because she no longer agrees. It's crazy out here in these YouTube streets, and you never know who nobody is. And wigs can change like the time. A bitch could pull up with a blue wig and she actually got blonde hair. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And they may jump out on some bang bang, this for Bree. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody gonna have to help us. I mean, we gonna have to figure it out. But for her to come up here and throw a tantrum, hold up. Am I hearing you correctly? Did you say she put accusations out saying, yeah, basically, yes. She was saying that he was being inappropriate with his daughter, the bubble-eyed bluefish. He took his daughter to the water. She had on a bathing suit and some shorts. He pulled the shorts at the bottom up so they didn't get wet in the water while she was in there, even though they was a cover for her bathing suit, so she didn't be exposed, right? And this lady did a whole live off of a few seconds that she took out of a couple of minutes video. She took that couple of seconds right there at that point to do a whole live to create a narrative as if this man had some ill fucking intent. And the only thing that showed people is that she has to be really fucking sick. Has to be. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Only a sick person will only come to a narrative in a situation like that, or come up with the narrative in a situation like that. Now, for us to be so much of what she say that we are, why the fuck you ain't hearing nothing like that come from us? Because the stories that be spit, it ain't come from none of us on this extent. It comes from the people that she get defend. Hey, Auntie Pimo. So I'm like, I'm confused. Even if you say that you got a problem with 5 of the content creators, right? And this is your problem because you know our voices be out there. People be hearing us in a whole nother country, girl. And you seen when you was live, it's kind of funny. You supposed to be the motion. Harmony Speaks had way more people in you than you did, Big Bree. But anyway, right? Right. Being that we are being heard, there's still people that has just started their platforms and they're being heard as well. And these are new people that are arriving on the scene. How is it that they seeing the exact same thing? Why y'all bashing her? We're not bashing her. She would be bashing herself. If the only material we put out is her material, then who would be bashing her? That would be her bashing herself. To be honest, it's not like there's anything that's being added on to the content. It's not nothing being added in the content. Only thing that's extra is the opinion that we give from the content that we see. And who is the content that we see? Is Bree. So if anybody would be bashing Bree, it would be herself, because I don't have time to come here and be like, oh, wait, did you see Bree toenail today? Her toenail was not polished. Oh my goodness. No, it doesn't go that way. If I see something interesting as content that she put out, I'm going to put it out here for my peeps in the street. And that's basically how it goes. And when you are a content creator, that is the life that you live. She says that she is an entrepreneur. She lives her life on the internet. The only time she don't agree with it is when people are able to play back something that plays a part with her, and she's not in agreement with anymore. Right. I love me some sexy red. Sure do, baby. And that's crazy. That be the type of stuff that I be seeing in my comments, y'all. And it be like I be baffled. Like, wait a minute. They saying that people um bashing her. Where? This is all her actions. So for her to come out here and act like she's on a kitty campaign and she's up here acting fucking insane is crazy and beyond me, because you don't see the people that she's talking about doing the same thing. Even when she was on that live earlier and Harmony was playing her live, you can see the deception within her live. Even everything, if she knew that Harmony was right, streaming her live, right? Because of course somebody told her, like she said, if that's the way she want to play it, right? But the things that she was spewing on or out in that live had nothing to do with the person that she was attacking. She was sitting there putting things on that woman that never existed, coexisted, or never played a part of her existence. When did she sit there and hear Harmony speak on any of the things that she was speaking on? So once again, those same people that was in that live at that time, she was basically summoning them to do the same thing all over again. Attack somebody that they think did something to her that never actually fucking happened. Now she got these crazy wild banshees like, oh yeah, this woman did something to her kids. No, the fuck she didn't. That never happened. That never happened. And the people that actually did something to her kids, we was actually in protecting of it. And it even had something to do with the dynamic of a relationship. Okay, people speak about the factors of it being a family within a family. Yes, yes, that's not disrespect. That's something that you showing. It's also consistent of neglect. So if people are showing you, then you should be mad at you, because even when those videos is done, when people are talking about your parenting, it is a receipt on the screen. It's not like it's being made up. So let me know where I'm wrong. Let me know where I'm wrong, because we're going to have to get it today. We're going to have to get it today. And then for her to come on her live today and say, oh yeah, I did call Sherelle. Girl, that was not a secret. We all know. We know how you think. So when you thought that you threw a rock and was hiding your hand, you was not slick, friend. You was not slick. And it was the first time she cooked. Yeah, and that's because she listened to the content creator. If Auntie Pimo didn't tell her to get her dumb ass in that kitchen and possibly make them kids something to eat, we wouldn't have possibly got to see that either, baby. So simply, you absolutely right. The only time we see her do something is when we say she don't do something. Then she will do that something we say that she don't do, just to prove to us that that is something that she does do. Okay? I got every receipt that came from this person, whether it was, excuse me, her doxing me or doxing somebody else. We won't be the first and we won't be the last. Miss, she put Robert address and everything, okay? Even down to a picture of this man's house. She's online. Hey, Sabrina. She's online, right? Bragging about who brags about. I'ma just be honest, right? Let's be realistic, because if you know the law, you know the law. I'm being realistic with you, and I might not know all the law, but I know some of the law. And I know I would not be online about bragging about taking a charge for putting porn on the internet like I did some big shit, because sometimes those the type of things that'll get you put on the registry list. Because why would you be showing somebody's body parts on the internet? And as a woman, as a person, and as a human being, you talking about somebody wouldn't want to have on their record a stalker charge. Who the hell would want to charge for sharing ding ding? I mean, oh, do this person really be listening to themselves? That is that content creator got to tell a grown ass woman how to conduct herself yourself. Right. I would be embarrassed too. And it's definitely embarrassing. First of all, you saying who you are, but you let this man store you in the attic. No headboard on an air mattress. Now, I'm just being honest. It's nothing wrong with having an air mattress if that's the stage of your life that you in. But since you spent 30,000 on him, friend, I would think that y'all would have a fixed up bedroom at his house. I'm just saying. That would be me. But even down to the factors of how y'all supposed to be in a full-fledged relationship, but yet y'all co-parenting, but only parenting when y'all together. Nobody's ever seen him with them babies by himself. She goes somewhere, he keep the kids. They what, about 4 months now, right? Shit, these babies been moving since they've been born. Supposedly, if that's what it's supposed to be, if she's saying that's what she came out here for, then she's supposed to be defending herself against the person that she with. Cause he ain't showed us shit, but she has. Get them rehab. That's right. In her own words. It's always been in her own words. Listen, I couldn't focus. She was doing too much moving. I was moving. She was moving. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. And it's all a facade to deflect off of the factors of the information that she put out here. But I'm just confused. How many TPOs do you plan on actually getting? Because you're not shutting down the internet, and you're not going to be able to shut down every person that chooses to speak on you, friend. So, with that being said, you don't have control over the internet, and you don't have control over yourself. You fail in two different ways. That is not a W. That is not a W. Them kids were so surprised that they mama cooked that if it was a normal thing, do you think that them kids would have ran to that pot like that? Let's talk about it. Them kids ran to that pot. They couldn't even believe she fucking cooked. She couldn't even believe she fucking cooked. We couldn't believe she even goddamn cooked. But some parts of her brain must be goddamn cooked, because I'm confused with this whole what this is. If you wanted to build up your page on YouTube, if your following is what your following is, why did you have to use the content creators to do it? You said that you the motion. Why are you using us for the motion? Is it because our names ring bells in the YouTube streets? So you figure if you come over here speaking our names, that it would basically, well, I guess that's what you're doing. On the same hand, making it seem like people talking about your children to deflect the heat off of the now person that you choose to be in a relationship with, that you came out here and put the shit on the internet about him in the first place, friend. But now you defending. I'm sorry, you're gonna need somebody else to do it, Bree. That ass. You want to put Queen Steph on the TPO, but fuck that. We still gonna scream it for Queen Steph. What we doing, Bree? What we doing? Because I'm trying to figure out, what are we doing? I mean, if you just wanted us to make more money this month, then say that. Don't get me wrong. We makes good over here. And you know that we do. That's why you here, boo-boo. But if you just wanted our shit to shoot straight up, then let's do what it do. Let's get the money up and not the funny up. You understand? But all money is not good money. All money is not good money, Bree Bree. When you lying to make money, that's one thing. We making money truthfully. We making money truthfully. We telling the truth on you and you coming up here lying on us. Like, that's crazy. Trying to show yesterday a heel marks, please. That picture alone. All right. If this man ain't never do nothing to you and you saying where's the proof, then what picture was y'all trying to put together out on another person? That you mean to tell me none of that never happened? So you trying to tell me that the situation where um ankles over there, right? Ankles came out here and begged for forgiveness because she felt she had did something wrong by putting something on one man, knowing that another man had did it. But that should show you how smart we actually are on this side of the fence. Because we never fell for that shit from the beginning. Soon as that shit hit the internet, niggas dissected that shit within 3 to 4 seconds. Like, wait a minute, what? This is not from when she was with Robert. I'm sorry. This is from now. Look at them nails. Look at them nails. You're gonna have to try again. And whoever did that picture, they need their ass beat. And the person that had the ankle still had to come out here and still saying she do not change what she said about Jonelle. So that means that all of the things that she came out here and said about that man, she's not taking back, which means hello. And if she got it from you, does that mean she lying too? Let me know. The same story from different people. Lisa, you got me hot right. Y'all talk about her child job. Yes, Bob Job Boogaloo. That's right. We took that's the only kid. Anything else nobody don't know nothing about. But what she did was put her foot in her mouth, right? Because if you said to talk about you, then that's what it is that people are going to do. And now you just turned up the heat on that. Because if a lot of people came out here on the factors of DV, then that means that they're going to talk about DV. And that means that they're going to talk about the DV that is happening within your situation. The DV that's known to the forefront and the known DV that's being covered up on the back end. Oh, yeah. Speaking about the back end, I know the headquarters was in a frenzy last night, friend. Okay? And Big Queen V voice. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for last night. And I sure wasn't ready for this morning. Because when I seen that girl up there going crazy again, I'm like, wait, what happened? She talking about the CC's talking about her every day. Listen, she just used us as an outlet to talk about Robert. We know what the function is. Okay? We know what the function is. And the thing that they be mad about Robert is, I'm going to just be honest. Real Batman move in silence. Okay? You got to figure out what that means. I'm not going to tell somebody if I'm doing something, I'm going to do it. You're going to find out about that shit once it happens. She up here making public service announcements. Yeah, I'm going to give out TPOs. I'm going to give out TPOs. I'm going to give out TPOs. But what she needs to know is that I'm monetized on every platform just like she is. I'm actually monetized twice on YouTube, friend. And I actually collect from each one of my platforms just like she does, right? So if you do something to somebody and then it's founded that you did it in a negligent or negative intent, then now you are in process or possibility of losing all of your shit. You can't say that you have a platform that you have. Use your platform to attack people and then don't think people going to use the same evidence from those platforms to show the proof of the actions that you bring forth. So if you get penalized, me personally, I give a fuck about being able to take care of my kids. I would never do something. My point, even when I do the content on her, I don't know in what psycho mind people sit there and think, yeah, I'm gonna tear this person down. I'm gonna take them down. I'm just gonna show you she's a liar. Okay, the content is the content. I don't have to do anything else to the content other than edit it to the factors of a couple of transitions. Everything else is her. There's no other stars within it. Sometimes maybe the moose, but anything other than that, no. Nobody don't got time for the extra. And this is a lot of extra. The people over there, yeah, Bree, yeah, you doing your big one. Cause I'm tired of you tired of doing what? Bullying your damn self. Cause ain't nobody else doing nothing to you, honey. The content that I put out here, I know it be smooth and it be clean because I get brand deals, right? And I would never want to put content out here that other people that are not able to market. Now, on my lives, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes, we get a little profanity here and there. You may act a little different than you do in your actual video content, but my video content is fully professional. Even when I come here, it's all adult conversation. It's not as if it's a bash Bree segment. We are giving our opinion off of the things that we see. And I don't have dislike for a person that I would want to take food out her kid's mouth. That's different. That's different. That's the type of stuff that they do. You understand? That was their MO that they went for when it came to Robert. That's what they did. That's their actions. Hmm. It's crazy. And it's crazy how many people sit over there and actually applaud those actions. And the thing that be crazy to me, the thing that she speak of, they see because me personally, I'm pretty sure they watch Harmony Speaks and whoever else content too, right? So when you watch something and then a person is telling you something that is pertaining to the thing that you know that you watch, when it don't add up, at what point in their brain do it click in that what a person is saying ain't adding? Now today, I mean, I could have came up here and shared my screen and showed this receipt and showed that receipt, but we all have the same exact receipts, to be honest, baby. So I didn't even have to come up here and do that in order to speak the truth about a person because they actions is all the receipt that you need. Even the actions that she came up here with today, baby. It did damn a week ago, damn a year ago. She came up here today talking about she had a TPO, getting TPOs and whatever else owes. But in the same voice, she was up here doxing people. If that's not a sign of manic behavior, I don't know what is. Okay, and people will be crashing out right in front of you. And if they was really smart, people would actually try to tap into the factors of telling this young lady, maybe you need to sit down because the internet is something that you can't handle. She's throwing a adult tantrum. She's throwing a adult tantrum. Okay, you don't get to act out and think because you act out, now you're going to control the scenario or the situation. That doesn't change the situation. That doesn't change the situation. That just furthermore makes the situation questionable. Because my thing is, if a person's saying that they've been quiet and the conversation ain't been about no children this week, why the week that you know that you have a TPO on a person is the week that you decide to come out here and talk all of this shit and then try to say because the person think that they're building a case. Because what she's trying to get people to believe is that Robert is sending us out here, the CCs, to do the content that we are doing. No, The same way you know of us is the same way he know of us. Our content popped up in his motherfucking timeline the same way it pops up in yours, or the people that you say send it to you. The same way that he found out who we was is the same way you found out who we was, through the work that we do. If it wasn't for the work that we was doing, it's not like he recruited a bunch of motherfuckers, said, here, I want each one of y'all to go out there and start a platform, right? And this is the material that I want y'all to put on your platform, right? And on top of that, I'm going to pay y'all for the things that y'all put out there and say on your platform, and that I give you for your Atlanta nigga. Them is a nigga doing the fuck that. He got bills to fucking pay. Okay, he coming up here on the same motherfucking internet trying to get views and clicks and listen to people to talk to, listen to his shit the same way that we are. He ain't got time to be giving nobody no motherfucking money for nothing on those realms, sis. Thank y'all for becoming a member. Like, what? Only in your brain you would believe that, because that was the type of things that you was doing. You know that you was going on your platform and sorting out women to go and attack other people. So you feel that if you can do it, then another person has to be doing it. No, no, that's not the fucking case. I know the only person that has paid me and paying me is Google motherfucking AdSense, Meta, and the other social networks that I work for, on top of my supporters. If it wasn't for the factors of that, then I'm sorry, Robert ain't gave me shit. Nothing. And to give somebody they fucking flowers, nigga, one content creator to a fucking other. Good motherfucking job. If that's what the fuck you want to, if that's what you want to say. If somebody able to figure out the truth, I'm gonna tell them good job, the fuck true too. Cause I know that a person is not just being a fucking follower. Some people are only, it don't even matter whether they believe this girl at this point or not. They just following her because the following. Okay, people feel like over there it's a good thing to be a part of. I guess with all the demonic shit, as long as some money comes attached to it. But everybody is not willing to be this or do the same shit. I pass. Don't nobody control me but me. Nobody. Hey, Queen Fee. I wasn't ready. I'ma hear that shit for the next 3 days. Cause me personally, after handing out shots last night in Queen Fee Live, cause listen, it was jumping up in the air. Okay. If you want to get my opinion on that, y'all gonna have to go in my members only, cause it's raw dog, okay? But in Queen Fee Live last night, okay? If you was not there, you was not nowhere. So I was not expecting to be having a hangover from Queen Fee Club last night to wake up and see this girl going ballistic. But I'm gonna have to have my ashtray and everything ready tonight, because make sure y'all be ready and prepared, because Queen Fee definitely going live again tonight at 11. Okay. 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 So make sure y'all be ready for that. But it was astonishing. Listen, everybody was having the same shock outcome, because me personally, it wasn't like it came from a friend. It came from, no, these words were coming straight out of the mouth. They were coming straight out of her mouth. Okay. Nobody didn't have to make up the words. Nobody didn't have, no. Mm-mm. 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 So for her to get up today and attack Harmony, that was crazy. That was definitely crazy. Like, girl, you still going. That would be the last person that you would want to come out here and lie on, right? Because if you saying that this person has all the information on you, right? That would mean that they will have all the receipts that they would need to prove that you are effing lying. Why would you want to mess with somebody that you know has the ammunition to destroy you? I mean, and I'm not even saying destroy you in the fact, but I'm talking about in the factors of destroying your lie. Because go through this woman's video and let's see you find any of the things that you put on her. Queen Fee, I salute you, baby. You gave this woman a whole virtual baby shower, okay? And she couldn't even give you the factors of the respect. She came on the internet and tried to act like she was doing her big one because you didn't choose to agree, not with the factors of Bree, because you let it be known you didn't have a problem with Bree. And that's the thing. Nobody has a problem with Bree. But if women have a problem with DV, and that's the reason that we came out here in the first place, then why are we not using the time to talk about the DV that we know is happening versus sweeping shit under the rug and talking about shit that don't make no sense, no longer coexist, like her and Robert relationship? Why the fuck we can't tell them not to talk about Robert, to be honest, because that's what they choose to do. But when you come out and you commentate, you're supposed to tell the truth. You're not supposed to lie on people. And then y'all recruiting people under a false narrative to make them feel like they defending some shit that has to do with bullying, to come to find out they're defending the actual bullies. Because I'm confused. Yes, she did. Queen Feet ate and left no crumbs. Hell no. Listen, she ate, left no crumbs. It wasn't even a plate. We couldn't even find the plate. Even the plate went missing. Even the plate went missing at the end of the day. Okay. And it was with her own shit. Hey, Shawnee McDonald, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The unicorn is confused because a TPO is supposed to be an order, Nina, where a person is not able to speak on a certain person or certain situations. Them, third party to them, or anybody that is attached to the situation in any type of way. But Brianna goes and call herself doing a TPO to use that to be able to talk about the situation some more. I'm confused in that part because I thought that a TPO worked both ways. Somebody drop down in the comments if I'm wrong. Y'all might be more knowledgeable on this situation than me, but I thought when you have a TPO, that goes both ways for both parties. I can't speak on you and you can't speak on me. But if this person is basically coming out here and speaking on the TPO, what the TPO is in relative to and who the TPO is basically on, then I would think that that would be a violation of the TPO. Am I right? Click, click. Hey, blessed and chosen. Make sure y'all hit that like button for your girl because we figuring out some shit. She talk about content. If she don't think she gave us more content in 2 days than she gave us in the month, then I be goddamn. I be damn. I be damn. Ain't no way, friend. Because what was this? You did just what you said. What you listen. I know they gonna screen record this. Yep, I sure was. I know they gonna be posting my pictures. Yep, I sure am. I know they gonna be talking about it. Yes, the hell we are. Because at the end of the day, we trying to figure out what the hell got you going off of your rockers. But the fact that as soon as that same man that came into your house, friend, you straightened it up real quick. You start talking about mushrooms and shit. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. Yeah, you got them. Maybe you're a little high. That's allegedly. That's the only part that I could say is allegedly. But the way a person come out here acting, you would think they would have to be high, baby. Because even the content creators that come out here and speak in the how can I say realm of anything that has to do with kids, it's on the factors of your parenting. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying. And if a person is able to tell you about your parenting, then you must not be doing too much parenting. Because if something is done, a person can't speak on it not being done. That would be something that's being made up. But when these ladies, including myself, is able to post a receipt of some shit that's undone, then you coming up here and making the conversation about anything else is cat, baby. That wouldn't be getting on the kids. That would be getting on the mother. How you skip over the lesson. Hmm. If anything, it should be some advice like, oh shit, I got caught kind of slipping. When it comes down to certain things, I know I can be a little bit better in those areas. But no, you come up here and say a whole, because I don't know who said she was sleeping with Walter. Who had said she was sleeping with Walter? Who said she was sleeping? I know I ain't never said no shit like that. I ain't never, won't ever, ain't gonna. Now I know I did say two things. Two things. I said when she was pregnant, if that's what she was at the time, her daddy was rocking the same afro. I ain't tell a lie. I ain't tell a lie. He had the little Richard afro going on, and she was his twin. Where have you been? Right? And the second thing that I had said, and that was it, and I didn't tell a lie, is the fact is that she came out here and said that this man be disrespecting her to the fullest. We don't care, Bookie, but what we doing, Brie? Because you got Queen Step fucked up. I don't even appreciate it. You can't say that. What type of gang? You a keyboard gangster. Because you ain't going to hurt a goddamn fruit fly. And that's the crazy part about it. You come talk about for my kids, I'ma step hard. Yeah, you are. You stepped hard by paying that man that $1,400 back because your son put on his sneakers. You stepped real hard by paying back for something that you shouldn't have never had to pay back for. That's it. But gave internet, yes, sure did. But she out here for her kids. She gave internet sister a shout out. Yes, she did. Girl, they big mad. I don't care. Part two tomorrow. Get something to do tonight. Got something to do tonight. That's even better. Give them a holdover. But whenever you do decide to do it, I will definitely be there to support and I will definitely share the link. Sure will. Sure will. They ran like it was last. Listen, the headquarters was blowed the fuck up last night. It was blowed up, okay? It was blowed out the water, okay? And then it's not even like it was something that could listen between Be Live, Up Alive, and Lupac Live. And listen, I'm confused. Like I don't even know what to say anymore because what is there to say? The proof is the proof. You basically only um want to support people that's out here in destruction of you. And we understand that you don't want to be in support of people that's calling you on your shit. That's a given. Nobody likes to hear the truth when it comes to themselves a lot of the times. People say that they can accept the truth, but that don't be the truth all within itself. And it don't. It definitely don't. Hey, Beth. It definitely don't. She can't do anything to nobody. Harmony try to school her. That's it. That's it. Listen to y'all. Her followers got to be slow skin. Listen, I'ma just be honest, and this is sad but true, right? And this is how real it is. Do you know how many people in my comments a day, right? Be on some. I used to be in support of her, but somewhere along the line, things started switching, and I can't really support what it is that she got going on, because what she not going on is what I was choosing to support in the first place. And that was the case with a lot of us. So a lot of people over there is waking up, because you got to remember, on other platforms and stuff, the gig is already up. I don't know if you was in Lupac live. Shout out to Lupac. If you didn't go and watch that live, make sure y'all definitely do. But if y'all didn't, even just like, look, the people on TikTok, and what she was saying is very true. A couple of, maybe like 2 months ago, people were saying how on TikTok they be eating her ass up. And when I actually went over to TikTok and seen for myself, I had the same reaction as Lupac on some, well, shit. If she thought that people be serving on YouTube, TikTok ain't shit to play with. And they did, listen, they be straight to the white meat. Straight to the white meat. They basically be like, get the fuck out of here, Bree. Nobody wants to listen to your lying ass. All you've been doing is lying. All you do is lie. So now she found a friend on a friend in Snapchat. You understand? Because don't nobody over there know about her like that, or didn't. So that's where she go over there and be sneaky snapping her bullshit. On top of the fact is, Facebook ain't got no filters. Snapchat got the filters. Even on her video when she was in the kitchen popping shit, it's a soft filter. I thought you just was 3 days ago. You don't use filters. I thought you just had said that. What happened? Now, either it was us or it was you. Either she mad because y'all putting the truth out about her. That's it. That money not adding up anymore. Nope. Because just because you don't come out here, the same way you decided to keep to yourself that CPS came to your house for a visit, is the same way you decided to keep to yourself that your money was changing on Facebook, because you came out here and you bragged so much that you didn't want to be the laughing stock. But you got to remember, even the Lord sits high and looks low. He sees all. So even what you think people don't know, he does know. And that man knows every action that you done came out here and created. And even though you may say, oh yeah, I'm receiving this blessing, this, that, and the third, you could hype yourself up if you want to. But I call all cap. I call all cap. I definitely call all cap. Thank you, Miss Lisa, for becoming a member. I call all cap, because if things was the way that this young lady said that they was, she still wouldn't be creating the same action year to date. She say everybody talking about the same things 2 years later, because you're doing the same thing 2 years later. I mean, at a higher quality, maybe your camera is a little bit more in 4K and you might be in a different relationship, baby. But nobody is, even the people that you supposed to have defending you, is the ones that's still talking about your husband. Your ex-husband, your then husband, your no more husband, your wish you was still your husband. We're not putting content where we're talking about you and him together in the content, unless it has something to do with proving something that you said and debunking it. Current date to the situation that you are in. Like, listen, she said she was dealing with this in this situation. There's no proof that any of that ever went on. But in this situation, 1 minute she said she wasn't, but she said she was. Then she said she wasn't again. Then she said she was. But there's actually proof outside of what she said to go along with it. So the proof is what tells the truth, not even the person's mouth. In order for there to be able to be a picture of a bruise, right? It don't matter when the picture of the bruise came. In order for it to be a picture of a bruise, that means it had to be a bruise. I can't take a picture of something that's not there. So if it never existed, the picture wouldn't never exist. But what happened was the person didn't think that the picture would ever get out. But when you don't do no right, you don't get no right. And when you turn and lie on people, then they have to bring their receipts to show the proof and what it is that they speak. They tried to make it seem like Dawn was coming out here because she was mad about $400. No, I'm mad because that bitch tried to play in my fucking face. I actually defended her ass and stood by her side and took all the slack that came with the factors of people saying that I was going against my brother for whatever the situation was at that point in time. For you to make it seem like, bitch, I went through all of that for $400? All the disrespect a person was dealing with off of the internet in regards of another person was not worth no 400 motherfucking dollars. I'm sorry. In the same way a person came out here on their own after the fact, which I'm happy that she did after the fact, because that's the reason why we have a lot of the information that we have now. Shout out to Dawn. 2 shots for you, boo. But that also showed the factors of a person was a liar. Now, once I have the factors of knowing that a person is a liar, and I have the proof that a person is a liar, now I can actually show other people where I can show that the person is a liar. Because before it would have been another person's words against mine, right? But if I could come out here and show you this person's own words, then it's their words against their own words. That's it. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. That's you, sis. That's all you. So don't be mad at Dawn. Be mad at the person that decided to send those messages to Dawn, felt comfortable to send those messages to Dawn, even in the retrospect, knowing that you just put DV on another person to try to make her keep it secret, that you dealing with it from another. And bitch, I'm supposed to be here defending you? Make that make sense. So I'm gonna be in a situation where a person told me they was dealing with something. I wasn't sure if they was exactly dealing with that, but I'm gonna defend it, woman to woman, because whatever. Dawn don't hide the fact. I believed her, unfortunately, because as a woman, people go through fucking things. I might know my brother in the sense of one way, but we didn't have the relationship to know him in the other. So until I see something different, even though a lot of people feel you're not supposed to go against the grain regardless. You understand? But right is right and wrong is wrong. And if I'm not sure if a person is right or wrong, then I'm going to have to stand in the middle until I figure it out, I guess. Abusive, going to wipe her dry. Yes, you out here spending 30,000 on this man, but we gonna be able to say, girl, we don't even see you have surprise parties for your kids. You had a surprise party for this man for a premiere. You mean to tell me a premiere gets celebrated more than a date of birth? Ain't no way nobody gonna ever come out here and see me do for how Auntie Pimo say, for a okay? Ain't no way a person gonna see me come out here and do for a more than they see me do for my motherfucking kids. A lot of the times, mothers that actually love their kids a certain type of way, a nigga will wish they could get that nigga, a nigga will wish they could get the woman to love them the same way, because it is real. Some people do be lacking mothering out here to the point that they be looking for that same type of comfort in a woman, right? But how could you say somebody wants you to love them like you love your kids? That would mean that it would be tolerant dependent on the relationship. Because if I get with the man that's family orientated, then you're going to see the family in the forefront. But if I deal with the man that's non-family orientated, then you're going to catch me with that man, and then you're going to catch me with the family separate. And if me and that man combines together and makes our own family, then that will be the family that you will see me with. Otherwise, it won't be no family shit unless it's something that I choose to throw in it. Which is crazy because I know people be playing with me, right? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong on this or not, right? When we met this family, we was known, or it was brought to our attention that the whole family was content creators, and Amora was a content creator from birth. That's why she's always had her own page, right? So now, how is it conveniently the same kids that grew up on the internet, their lifestyle stemmed from the internet? We know of them through the factors of the internet. And now the reason that the other kids is being kept off the internet is because of the internet. No, it's because of the scenario the person created on the internet before they was able to put the other kids on it. So now, being that it don't stem from something positive, a person don't want to put their other kids, if that's what they say it is, on the internet because of the negative surrounding it now. Bree weak as fuck. We when all the money is going, exactly say that. She'll then be rags to riches, back to rags. She's evil for the kids. Yeah, I wonder if he would have fucked with her when she was in Best Buy. If that same girl in that kitchen was wearing her Best Buy t-shirt and them teeth in that EBT card, because she say she always had a flex, but ain't nobody saying you didn't, but don't make it seem like you was better or above the rest, because in order for you to be receiving food stamps, that means that you have to be of some type of low income. They not giving no food stamps to a rich bitch. So for you to say that you was rich in a situation when you entered it, lies. I call cap. Okay, because ain't no way you got food stamps and saying that you rich at the same time or had a certain amount of money at the same time, unless you was doing the same thing that you was telling the internet once again to attack and report another person for, which was Toya. Because didn't you tell the people to report her for getting food stamps and being on social media? So if you saying that you already came with a bag and you was getting food stamps, ain't that illegal? Because why you had food stamps if you had cash? Why? Why? The way you started it off with the Bree weak as fuck, I can't agree enough. Because that was some weak ass shit. And that move that she proved it, that move she made this morning definitely proves it. Cause ain't no way. Make sure y'all hitting that button for your girl. 333 God is good all the time. It's 333 people in the building. T baby Harris. How you doing, baby? So I just want to make sure that we all seeing the same thing. Because the same way she say it been 2 years. Damn, don't you get tired? That's what we trying to figure out from you. That's what we trying to figure out from you. Now, if you saying that if you go down Harmony's timeline and all you see or other people's, that's a lie. Because people outside of people that actually still talk about you also started to move on to new content. And I think that also bothered you too. Because if your numbers is already low and people not talking about you no more, you had to come back through and stir shit up. Because if Harmony Speaks page is only consistent of you, then there wouldn't be no Peach or any other situation that takes place that has to do with the internet or somebody else's situation on the internet that she has put her voice on. So even though you may go through somebody's page and on their thumbnails, you may see your picture, you see other pictures, but you also be excited when you see your pictures, because if nobody's talking about you, that would definitely mean that you would be irrelevant. And the only way you make money off of any social media is to remain relevant. So if you're not having nobody viewing you, regardless if it's because of us or because of you, then your pages wouldn't be doing what you need them to do. That basically goes against the hustle, boo. Hmm. I'm confused. She be bugging us the fuck out. Somebody better wet her. She need to calm down. Sprinkle her with some fucking water. She is caliente hot. But in my mind, the whole time she was sitting there screaming and yelling and doing this and doing that, I was thinking in my head, go lick some windows, go lick some windows. I sure was. because it's bad when you gotta look for other people to be your content when you are they content. Make it make sense. By you coming out here to stir up some shit looking for content, you become more of the content. And obviously, it showed that on YouTube, people are watching more of us than they are watching of you. Then they still get to see you act a goddamn fool. Is that what you really wanted? You know, they say drama sells. That's why I guess all the people over there on your side of the fence, that's the only thing that they selling. But you know, truth sells too. Some people actually tap into the truth. And that's where people get effed up, boo-boo. You can't control the narrative. I know someone, if you know what I mean, I asked him about that. He said she doesn't need to waste her time. Listen, she sure don't need to waste her time. But I guess that'd be her only form of getting out the house. If the only place that you getting out the house to go to the courthouse, you need to change your life. You mean to tell me you ain't going nowhere else, but you making sure you go to the courthouse? What type of life is that? So every week you're gonna be going to get a TPO against somebody, right? So not only do you go to the court to get the TPO, you then in return have to show up in court the day of the scheduled hearing for the TPO. And then whatever takes place after the TPO, which judgment is made, then you have to go from there with the TPO, right? Now, my thing is if you as the person is going in there and you doing that for multiple people, what schedule do you have that's going to be booked and busy? Your schedule must be kind of empty because I ain't got that much time to be running. No, you booked and busy, but you got time to go to court 3 days out the fucking week. Shit. Mm-mm. I don't want to ever be that type of busy, especially if I ain't interning to be an attorney or not an attorney. Ain't no way I should. They said that this man was a court runner. Now it's confusing who was the court runner because not only are you a court runner, but you was a cop caller, and you think that it's not documented, even down to the fact is of the tape that was released through the courts of view when you were saying that that man had a GUN and that wasn't true, regardless to whether if it was in the house, it was not on him. We heard exactly what the operator asked. And when you are asked the questions, do they ask, do anybody in the house have one? Yes. But you say he had one and he was following you, right? That was not true. That was not true at all. And the same way you come out here and say people harassing you, and then you going into the court and saying that people are harassing you, but you the one harassing them. That's a sickness, right? You used to call the cops, but what we didn't know, Robert did you a favor on a lot of those cop calls because a lot of those cop calls, they was going to remove you from the situation, boo. But that's how we know how this situation got to the internet was because of you. Because your folks didn't come to the internet. When you was going to get arrested and he said that he would be the person to leave and go to the hotel and you could stay there with the children, why wasn't that the night that you went live? Why wasn't that the night that you went live like, yeah, because this nigga had to leave? Because and the fact is of even once a person would leave and go to the hotel, now when they come home, you trying to lock them out their own house. And then when they get upset to the point of saying, I'll break this door in, you start recording to make it seem like it's aggression. But I thought a TPO means shut the fuck up. I thought a TPO means shut the fuck up. You using a TPO to think that you gonna come out here and bully people, and what land a nigga them bitch you think that that's about to happen? You gonna need a TP2, a TP3. I don't give a fuck. But if somebody told you about the way any of this works, they should have told you it go both ways. I'm gonna say it again. You don't get a TPO to talk mo. Hey, Queen Stab, you get a TPO to shut the fuck up. So now you use this TPO to come out here and sprawl a whole bunch of lies on people, the same people that got a whole lot of truth on you. Let's make it make fucking sense. If she don't smoke weed, I think she need to start. And normally you don't encourage people to do things that they don't do. But in this sense right here, I think that Bree needs some weed. I think she needs some weed. Because her mental thought process is confused or fucked up, baby. And maybe the weed will calm her down and organize some things. Because ain't no way, ain't no way. The only thing that you giving another person the opportunity to do is basically collect more information on you. Cause sis, I'm going to be quiet and watch you cause your own demise. And then I'm going to take all of the shit that you decided to sit here and be talking after wasting your time to go and to get 15 TPOs a week for what I listen. It's beyond me. I can't make what we doing, Bray. Step in the building. I wish my audio machine was hooked up because I'd be having to send the sound trapping in the back. Because what we doing? She must have thought because they've been calling Harmony Church over there that she wasn't gonna get her ass praised this morning because Harmony said, "You fucking lying ass bitch." I'm confused. Supposed to be scared of you, Bree, if you don't sit your little ass down somewhere. Guess what? I think she was trying to fake threat like she was tough, knowing she won't go and bust a fucking grape. But all of this is confusing to me. How are you a damsel in fucking distress the next 1 minute, and then the next minute your chest is all pumped out and you popping shit? And the bad part is like you arguing with yourself because you arguing about shit that don't exist versus talking about the shit that do. But you can't talk about the shit that actually do because then you would also be talking about you. Hey, Truth Slayer, that I let me tell you something. Tay tells the truth. When I looked at my timeline and I seen the girl in the little hoodie and the missing edges, I'm like, oh shit, she back again. But then I seen Harmony live and I said, you know what? Harmony don't go live, right? She don't go live. So I'm more interested in what Harmony Speaks got to say, right? So now when I get in Harmony live, right, it all begins to make sense. All begins to make sense. And the reason why I say it all begins to make sense is because she knew if she came out here and spoke of Harmony's name, she would get the viewership. And now she's using the content creators to now try to build up the same establishment that she built off of the shit that she built on Facebook when it had to do with her husband. But she gonna need somebody else to do it because we ain't going for the shit. Huh? How you was in front of a screen screaming, okay? Only thing Harmony said was, listen, I got 2 French braids. I'm sorry y'all not gonna be able to see me today. And she still had more people on her live than you, girl. People used to you throwing tantrums. We now want to hear what the other people have to say that you throwing the tantrum about because that's where the truth is at. The truth is not in you. So now listening to you is no, just to be able to screen record and basically get your opinion of yourself, right? But then when you actually get to see who the other person is talking about, that's where the truth comes in, right? Because even down to her baby mother, right? Her ex-girlfriend. That's right. DJ Queen Steph. She be on the ones and two. Cause what we doing, Bree Bree? Right? Mm-hmm. What the fuck we doing? You know, that's what I'm saying. Because she gonna bring her ex-girlfriend out here. You know her baby mother, because I refuse to say that that's her baby father, right? And then he gonna say, I normally don't do this, but yet he wanna be on Facebook going back and forth with Queen Steph, right? Now, I found this utterly hilarious, right? Because for one, She was eating his ass all the way up. Listen, if this was almost able to cry about the cry, and she done went and got a TP2, right? Because she was in her feelings because I was serving her truth. What the fuck you think your bubble lip ass gonna about to be coming up here and do? You fucking imaginary friend you. Nobody knows you. You never existed. But I'm going to show you who you fucking with when you think you fucking with somebody. Because people come on this internet and everybody gets the title gangster for some reason. I don't know. Everybody taps in as gangster. So I guess he thought that he was about to go back and forth, right? But he looked it like he was left on his own platform with the thong because he was very much embarrassed. And how could you come out and defend somebody in a situation that they said that you never played a part in because you was a deadbeat? She said you was a deadbeat. She said it. If your name is Deshaun, right before you became the sleepy Israelite, the sleepy daddy, she said that and you assaulted her and the children. She said that too. So I'm kind of confused. Are you defending the factors of what? This girl would have been better off being quiet. The baby mother ex-girlfriend would have been better off being quiet because Queen Steph got his ass so bad she had him posting pictures of his wife. Which went against the whole narrative that old bumping gums them put out. Cause she done said this woman was all type of fat. You see the lies people tell? So now Queen Steph done got this man losing his motherfucking mind on Facebook, think he proving something. She done had him go to his old school Rolodex and pull out pictures and shit and garages, right? She sure did say a lot of shit to incriminate herself. She don't know no better. She don't know no better. She only do things that people tell her to do. So whoever told her to do that, they had to do something with her now. I don't even know whether to say the new one is a baby fall because we ain't never seen no kids. I don't give a fuck what she say she got. I'm still saying what the fuck I said. Prove it different. But this one that she got right here, his ass was get in. Nigga said he ain't shit. He ain't never gonna be shit. But if anything, that was the defense because we was going off of the receipts that was hand given by who? Click, Bree, right? And now you want to say those receipts don't exist, baby. But that's the reason why you out here in defense mode. That's why. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody motherfucking kids. I want to see what evidence she gonna take in that motherfucking court to say that somebody, was talking about her kids. And if it's the same receipts that she came up here within the last 2 days, she wasted her gas driving to that fucking courtroom. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this loud and clear for the people in the back, the sides, in the motherfucking front. If you ain't hear it, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. If Tay go to court, is going to be one to remember. I promise you that. I promise you that. Because I'm going to show up and show the fuck out in the most poniest fashion. The most unicorn fashion. But I guarantee you that it won't be because I'm leaving and things will be working within her favor. Because, bitch, you might be going for TPO, and I will repeat to say this. I'm going to be going for 6 zeros, okay? Because the first thing I'm going to do when I walk in that courtroom is show them that screenshot from a year ago when there was no or none of the situation that played a part right now. So I'm going to be suing for my well-being. And the time that I have to take away from work to deal with the situation that you caused hardship in. For me and my children, we talking about children, right? Now my children have to be scared. They mama can't even walk to the store and get them some juice because a crazy fan out here, I never know what they going to do, you know? But I take me. Take me, because Lord, baby, I might make it. I might be the one to make it to TMZ in that courtroom, baby. I'm telling you the truth. Because the way I'm going to be performed, the way I'm going to perform, and it's going to be all truth, but we all know that Tay is a character within herself. I wouldn't even listen. And yes, I said character. I don't give a fuck what y'all choose to trademark it as a cartoon character, whatever type of character, whatever. But I guarantee you, the person that steps into that courtroom will definitely be remembered. And Bree is going to be leaving there disappointed. And not only disappointed, but embarrassed. And a joke at the same time. Mm-hmm. Because what we doing, Bree Bree? What we doing, Bree Bree? What we doing with that little jacket and the missing edges, girl? What we doing? Somebody already indulging in something. It's apparent. Somebody seem to be indulging in something because I know them eyes be swinging from right to left like a fucking swing in the park. Or sometimes they be doing the boomerang thing. I ain't know whether she was struggling to keep her eye straight or actually say what she had to say. That had to be a difficult fucking task. But at the end of the day, if they got to be doing something because she out her rabbit ass mind. Totally. 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 But it looked like they've been smoking some weeds or something over there. Sleepy middle name is Hypocrite. Yeah, you right, Miss Mel Mel. His name is the Imaginary Man. Queen Steph had him over there sweating. She had him on Facebook sweating. I know his t-shirt, his fat ass had his t-shirt soaking wet. She probably had him pacing around the crib and shit, looking for material to put up on the book to try to prove her wrong. And it didn't turn out right. It sure didn't turn out right. She put Upper on that. I don't think you really want to go to court with Upper. I really don't think you want to go to court with Upper either. I don't think that would be a good look for you. And then the bad part, I don't think you want to go to court with the person that you actually go into court with. Make it make sense. But hey, it is what it is. We here now. Yeah, say that shit again. And that's what she knows. People is getting tired of her. Right? So every time she feel people getting tired of her, what does she do? Come and stir up a mix. You understand what I'm saying? That's how she does it. She knows exactly what it is that she's doing. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. We don't know where the hell he came from. We was wondering the same thing. And once we figured that, oh, this is the pit bull and pistol guy, that's what we called him. That's what he's known as. He is a groomer. Because at the end of the day, he was fucking with Bree when she was a teenage girl and he was a grown ass fucking man. And we want to be talking about something. You absolutely right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You had a 15-year-old girl running away from home to lay up and make babies, impregnated her, knowing that you was married and stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, you let the kids go away for 6 years and had no input in it. Then you reappear 8 years later and make it seem like you've been here the whole time. What type of magic trick is that? Or that must be magic crack. He got to be smoking magic crack. Because ain't no way you going to be respected for a title of shoes you never stood in. You got to be kidding me. A person going to win the argument every time when they say, but you ain't been there for your kids. That's the winning argument. That's the winning argument. And not even throwing no shade. But the first thing that people said when it came down to the fact is of Sherelle in this situation, when Bree said that she called somebody to defend her kids, that didn't even have enough defense to keep their own kids. So I'm confused on the parts that we are missing. And I'm not throwing no shots or no shade, but how you gonna call somebody and have them engage in the area that they having trouble with the same way you are, friend? Y'all got problems in the same areas because you're not gonna lose something that you playing a major part in or doing the right thing. Ain't no way a judge is going to remove kids from a person that's doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing. So if at any point in time a person lost their kids, is because at some point in time a judge felt that they wasn't capable of giving a kid what it was that they need. So for you to be able to defend the factors of kids' needs as if you would know what the kids' needs is and you didn't even be able to keep up with the factors of your own kids' needs is crazy to me. Crazy to me. A professional victim. Hmm. Definitely a professional victim. It's a lot of them out here. It's a lot of them out here. And the internet, it just basically exposes them and it shows them for who they are. And then once people see who they are, they don't like it. They don't like it at all. And then they try to retract. Mm-hmm. That's because she losing her damn mind. She calls herself being sarcastic. That's what she called herself being. She definitely calls herself being sarcastic. Let me such and such with the dolls or whatever. But that goes to show that you retain the information. And I didn't know that it was a charge calling somebody a doll baby, even if you did. People call babies doll babies all the goddamn time, especially pretty ones. Oh, look at that little doll baby over there. Now, if you guilty that you actually running around with a doll baby and you might need to change the battery because it might be going a little low, then that's on you, friend. I mean, only thing I ever called the little ones was blanket A and blanket B from the start. So now you putting other shit on me talking about I'm out here calling somebody turtles or calling some babies turtles. I said it was the turtles for me. Now, if you gonna say that your babies is turtles, that's on you. What we doing, big boy? What we doing, Bree Bree? What we doing, Bree Bree? You ain't hear your daughter sitting right next to you telling you a man was in her room at 4 o'clock, but you heard on the internet that some bitches was out here talking about some turtles. You got shit fucked up because we gonna take all that information in there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because if we got the information to still be talking about it for 2 years, ma'am, that would mean that we would have the receipts to cover us for the 2 years. So I don't know if you went in there with 15 seconds of what you would think would be receipts because nobody never know the extent that you'll go to when it comes to telling the story, baby. The way that you be lying. So now once you go in there, they can't actually deny you the TPO. They actually have to investigate, and that's where the other person comes in at and they see if what it is that you saying could possibly be true and they go from there. But once a person actually come in and they got all of the information that you would not want a person to have, a motherfucker might wind up being your lawyer in your defense before winding up leaving. Like, no, I'm in fear for her safety. She's being choked in vehicles. She's being called out of her name. She was being tricked while pregnant. So she say a person violates her any chance that they can get. They're constantly cheating. So we don't want her to catch a sexually transmitted disease. That's life threatening. That's attempted murder. When a person know that they're in a relationship, but knowingly going out and sleeping with other people, you know the type of things they could bring home. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm flying if I'm flying in if you're in court and I'm sneaking pics. And truth player is funny. I'm telling you, that's gonna be one for the books. I'm telling you, she gonna say, I don't know why. Why the fuck would I bring this colorful ass woman to this goddamn courtroom? I had no business because I might be funny, but I damn sure be speaking facts, and the facts is always gonna be the facts. Okay, so one thing that you should never do is, why shoot the messenger? Just shoot the person that created the message. And if the person is you, then that means you would have to shoot yourself. What you shooting at me for? I bet Sherelle put her up to that because Bree all talk. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Queen Step Harmony and Upper, can you see it? Poor bit of Bree. Mm-hmm. Sure enough. Sure enough, she put my name in there too, but I made sure I ignored it every time. Hey, blessed and chosen. I made sure, because you having a tantrum for what is not going to stop me from my commentary. Okay. And when you come and have a tantrum, that just gives more commentary. So I'm confused. As long as I'm not throwing no threats to you, because who the fuck got time to do that? Okay, I'm done cleaning. I can come out the bushes. Hey, Ross. How you doing, Auntie? She out her goddamn mind. I'ma just be honest. Other than the content, what else do Harmony or any what have we outside? What does anything else have anything to do with? And if you think that the shit that she's putting out on you is bad, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. By you getting up there and calling people government names with the hey DM, what is that supposed to do? Then this situation, I'm happy DM came in, because then this situation was even talked about from a male's a standing point of view, and a person was attacked and made it seem like they was in women business. But how could you be in women business when all of us come from a woman, even though we may be created by men? And at the end of the day, right, at the end of the day, this is the same people, or what that affected. It was effective to a man. The situation was about a man, so it also have something to do with men, I would think so. And I'm pretty sure we have sons, we have nephews, we have uncles, we have cousins, we have grandfathers, we have dads. And even if you don't have a husband and you're not in a situation with a man, you wouldn't want any man within your family to even deal with the situations that they see that this young lady was putting somebody through. So if you had any type of point of view, the first thing that you're gonna do is like, I don't think that this is right. And as a man, this is something that we deal with all the fucking time, because women come out and put allegations on men, and the man will be punished as if he actually did that thing before any truth is even founded in the situation. And then if it's founded that the man is not guilty and he did not do said thing, people never come with the same energy that they came with when they felt like that man was in the wrong. When you thought that I was wrong, you had all type of shit for me to you, all type of smoke, all type of fucked up things to say. But when you found out that I was not in the wrong, you made excuses for the things that you chose to say about me to make them right anyway. That's wrong. That's wrong. And then people feel like, oh, because it's a woman is a human being. The same way a man can cause damage, a woman can cause damage too. And women be coming out here crying under the umbrella of abuse, because they know that there's women that has been abused. But as the days and time is changing, a lot of women are now becoming the abusers and becoming more abusive than men are within the situation. You know how many men have ended up in situations trying to leave a situation? Like, I'm trying to leave. Let me go. Let me go. And instead of a woman letting the man go, she will fight him in that moment, regardless to whether she feels she's fighting him to stay or fighting him for her own reasoning. You're still committing a crime against another person by putting your hands on them. So what makes it any different when you put your hands on me versus when I put my hands on you? Somebody getting hands put on them is somebody getting hands put on them. Period. Said that she isn't affectionate. No, she's not. Okay, okay. Here inserts pacified. Yes. That's just what she did on that Canberra True Slayer. You is not alive. She did not pick the baby up, give it no attention. My whole thing is not for nothing. It sounds like, like when people lay the baby down with the blanket in the bottle and let the blanket feed the baby instead of them actually feeding the baby. And once the baby was possibly feeding the bottle or drinking the bottle, the bottle fall out their mouth. So then they may start crying. And then she reinserted the pacifier. But it wasn't no burping. It wasn't no, you understand what I'm saying? No type of engagement. And then people said it was one baby upstairs and one baby downstairs. Me personally, that makes no common sense because if you on live and you on camera, you're not watching either kid, the one that's upstairs or the one that's downstairs. So regardless to whether if they didn't make a sound, what would you know to even check in on them? Because you was giving more of your attention to people that wasn't there. It's not like before the baby cried at any point in time, you heard a person say, hold on, y'all, let me go check on my babies. Once the babies or that at that point in time made noise, then you heard a person go, oh yeah, and then start spewing out all the sarcasm about calling the dolls and such and such. Yes, Walter is the caregiver. Walter. That's what we always say about Walter. If it wasn't for Walter, this situation would be one of two things, better and worse at the same time. Because if it wasn't for the factors of him playing the part that he plays in the situation, a lot of times when it comes to her, it's of no benefit because it doesn't teach her no better. It makes her think the shit that she does is all right, and a person is still going to back her shit up. But in the factors of him, the things that has been said, I mean, I can't say accurately, but I did see some paperwork online before. And if those documents or that picture or mugshot or whatever that was at that point in time was accurate information, then a lot of people got things that they sweeping underneath rugs. And if that is the case, then nobody with that type of record needs to be around no fucking children. And that is the truth. Hers, his, theirs, they, nobody's. Just like the factors of people supporting Maine over there. What would be the difference? This man said that he comfortably said he was about to go eat Thanksgiving dinner with the same person that he had a charge with. That's some crazy shit. So not only do you abuse a person, they still have to repeatedly be abused with you because now being that y'all within the same family, they are forced to do family holidays with you and all type of shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's definitely crazy to me. Definitely. Walter is fired. She does need help and she needs help fast. And she don't need help of friends that's gonna help her and be yes men to the shit that she already got going. She need friends that's gonna steer her in a different direction because this is not a good one. And all jokes aside, me personally, if you are any type of person that has a heart or an empath in any type of way, you actually hate to see people going through things, any type of things. But when you see a person going through things that can be avoided because the things they are going through, they are bringing it on themselves, and then they want to have a tantrum and try to blame it on everybody else, it's hard to feel sorry for a person like that. It really is. Because them kids is getting older and now they at an age where they able to watch themselves. And that's pretty much what oh wow, that's crazy. Look at God. Somebody just Look at that. And that's what it's going to be. They're going to be left home more often, baby. At the end of the day, they have done what? We've seen her up and down with these this new family dynamic that she has going on, regardless to whether it's for content or whatever. When you was doing content to basically spite your ex-husband, you was allowing this man to play with your child on camera. I could never be a part of something like that. Even if me and my child's father is not in agreement, I'm never going to allow the next man to think that he can play use my child to play in the next man's face. And then for him to not even be stepping up to the plate. See, you could have been playing in a person's face by doing the real thing. You see how Robert played in Deshaun face, the imaginary baby mama, without even knowing that he was, just by being a great man and a great father to his kids. It didn't matter who he was. That didn't matter who he actually was for the shit that Robert chose to do. If Jarnell was actually stepping up to the plate and taking the responsibility of the kids that she had within the situation, then him as a person would have showed for itself. But to see that you was just using another man's child against him for sarcasm purposes, it just shows you a piece of shit. But now you got your own, I guess y'all got kids, right? Let's see if somebody does that to one of yours, if you feel the same way. Because now we're going to display. See, I came to do this live to let my voice be heard because I wanted my supporters. I know y'all probably heard it earlier, whatever, but I wanted to make sure that we was in belief of the same thing, because I couldn't believe I seen this shit this morning. Like, no, she really didn't. This is 2 days in a row. This is 2 days in a row. Children are home alone most of the time. Facts. Facts. She was probably the same, but RH was a present dad. Sure was, and still is. And that's why they be mad. Because bitches be wishing they had a baby father that treated them like that. At least they kid. I'm good, Auntie Ross. No complaints. Listen, God gave me another day. Why the little ones always dangling when the parents hold them? Because they do certain shit just to have people talk about it. That's their whole purpose. And that's what a lot of this whole situation is about. And it's crazy because I did a video in my members only, right? And I basically was saying, what if the person that came in this is playing the part that they actually came to play? Because they came in this situation as a known actor. They met in acting class. So for how we know of, only thing a person been doing the whole time is acting the part. Say it's only one baby. That's why. Let's talk about it. Why they ain't do the babies at 2 times? We sure didn't see 2 babies getting their feet painted. Hey, baby. We sure didn't see 2 babies getting they feet painted. We seen him holding one baby, painting that foot different colors. Why we didn't see 2 babies laying down and the baby's feet getting painted? I don't. It's confusing, and if that's what you would like to play with, then you have to thank yourself for the type of outcome that you get from people in the what you receive. Because if you out here trying to make it seem like it is what it is, then you can't be mad that people don't know what it is. All right. You never put the kids in the same setting and do normal shit with the kids, and whatever people have to say, people have to say. The internet is going to be the internet anyway. You cannot control it. Just like I know she was watching Uncle D channel because she said something about the factors of, oh yeah, well, even if Beyonce's daughter here was nappy, this, that, and the third, that's one thing. Beyonce don't give a fuck if her daughter here is nappy. You know how much motherfucking money she make? Hair nappy or not, her child is very well taken care of. So do she give a fuck about what the internet has to say? No, she don't. That shit does not change the time in her day. But when you actually have somebody that focus on everything that the internet say, it's going to affect them a different type of way. And this definitely affects her in all ways. And now that she feel like she's going to have to come to YouTube for money, And she's going to have to defend the shit that she said about Moose Man, because ain't no way she gonna be able to put this new beginning goddamn content out with that old content out there saying that from her mouth he abused her and that he is abusive, but then pushing this new beginnings content would be a whole different narrative, and it would mess up her new support system, because fuck the people that came or might still be around from her ex or from her marriage. What about the people that's been here just throughout the journey of this relationship and seeing how it's going and don't choose to be a part or support that shit? So in order for them to support it, she would have to remove what taints it. And the only way to remove what taints it is it would be to shut the people up that she feels keep bringing the information to the surface, reminding people of her actions and the activity. So now if I get them to be quiet, hopefully this can die down and somewhat disappear. And I can start to put this new fake ass content out here and have people thinking that I'm in a situation that's happily ever after, and they'll never know that this nigga almost choked the life out of me. I think I seen stars, you know, the little white stars that pipe in front of your eyes. Yeah, she seen stars, but as long as she feel like she could remove that the stars ever happened, then that will help them move forward into whatever it is that they trying to move into. But no, because you said to talk about you, so now people gonna bring to the forefront all the abuse that this man has brung to you and caused for you within the last or the short time that y'all have been together. You got too many war stories with this man, and y'all ain't even been together for 5 years yet, friend. Y'all hadn't even got out the dating phase before you started being domestic, baby. Remember when Moose Man went live in the beginning of their restaurant, in the beginning of their relationship, and he was like, "Oh, look, y'all, she broke my phone. She broke my phone." Do y'all remember that live? Let me know who remember that live. So from the very start of their relationship, it was already on 10. RH is a man's man. Yes, he is. Regardless to what he going through, he take care of what he's supposed to take care of. Me personally, when it comes to the factors of him and his oldest daughter, a lot of the times I don't speak on that situation because we only know what goes on with what's put on the internet. If it's not put on the internet, then it's not for me to speak on it. I don't know the type of dealings that he's had with his daughter behind the lines, but the ones that has been shown has been good ones. And in times when this young lady has needed her dad to be there, it has always showed that he was there. I'm pretty sure a judge is not going to give a man custody of his child if he don't feel like that man is not the best thing for that child. And in both cases, this man has some type of attachment to his children. He didn't lose the attachment. He gained more of an attachment to them, even through the factors of the authorities instead of word of mouth. A lot of females out here, even with the factors of child support, they still can't get their baby father to do shit. Like, fuck that bitch. You getting money every month. You good? They taking money out my check every month for that kid. So far as me giving you anything extra, it's a no. And far as me doing anything extra, it's a no. I can't do nothing because all child support taking all my money, regardless of whether this man pay child support or not. Even down to the factors of him maybe struggling to support his fucking self. It do not stop him from doing his daddy duties. And still to today, we still have only seen um Momo on camera with Miss Season maybe one or two times. Anytime you see that man with his child, he has her by himself. They're doing things and engaging together. He's actually being a parent, and nobody else time is coming in between their time. In order for her kids to get any time, it has to be shared time, unless the time that she want to give to somebody else, they giving that time to somebody else. Then she has no choice but to be home with the kiddos. Shit, we done seen a person do a lot of premieres. We would like to see something come the fuck out. Yes, I remember because she was texting another girl. Yep. She sure did say he was texting another girl. So sis broke that phone. See, that's what I'm talking about. The factors of proof. If you think I could pull receipts out on you that has to do with you, do you think I cannot pull receipts out that has to do with me? Let's make that make sense, baby. Mm-mm. But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all, because I got some things to do in my own home that consist of me being a mother. I'll definitely be in the YouTube streets. You'll catch me here, there, maybe a little bit of everywhere. Make sure y'all get y'all memberships because that's where Tay talking her shit. Because at the end of the day, you got to be careful because people out here striking people pages for no reason even though they're following the guidelines. And it's not only the person that is one that's striking people pages, it's the people that also defend person or people that is in the business of striking people pages. So for some information, we're gonna have to fall behind the wall. And I got that whole live from earlier, y'all. So I'm definitely going to be giving that and my my commentary, and it's going to be raw and it's going to be lit because I said some things here, but I ain't trying to get penalized for it. You understand what I'm saying? And I also just dropped a video before I did this live. Let me tell y'all, Bree became the content from my view. When I met the Hamptons, they were a family, right. Now she destroyed the family, and us viewers trying to figure out if this ain't something. Let the church stand and say amen, amen. Because this is exactly the thing, brown cat eyes. This is definitely it right here. I'm going to read it again. Let me tell y'all why Bree became the content from my view. When we met her, when the person met her, the Hamptons, they were the family, right? We met them as a family. Now she destroyed the family, and us viewers trying to figure out why she let that man go. Dead serious. To now get with the new man and take so much more than what you saying that you was dealing with within your old relationship. Because people in relationships is going to argue and they may disagree. But I don't think he was telling you and your kids to suck his dick, baby, like the new man, honey. Oh yeah, we got that receipt too. We do. We do. Got that receipt too. So, like I said, I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure y'all like this live if y'all didn't like when y'all came in. I definitely appreciate y'all coming through and supporting me, family, all my latte loyals and loyalties. Okay. Your girl Tay is out of here. If nobody told you they love you today, you know your girl Tay do.